Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am super excited to tell you that Halo View has reached out to us and asked us to review one of their products. They want us to review the BT7, which is a backup and observation camera. Halo View makes some really cool products. I've actually been checking their products out for years, and they also have some add-on cameras that I really would like to add on to these at some point, but they're actually the side view cameras. So not only do you get a reverse camera on your trailer, but you also get side views. So hopefully I can get a set of those at some point and give those a shot. But today we're going to try out the BT7, and I'm really excited. It has so many options and so many things to talk about. I'm going to try to cover those in this video. I'm going to show you what came in the box. We're going to install the product, and then we are going to give it a shot. In fact, we're going on a trip today to a campground we haven't been to yet, pulling a trailer we haven't pulled yet, and we're going to use a camera that we haven't used yet. So it should be a fun one. So stick around. If you guys like the content, please be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos. So before we jump over to the shop to install the camera, let me tell you a few things about this system. It is a high definition 1080p, uses a big 7-inch monitor that looks beautiful. You're going to install that in a 12-volt outlet in your truck, or you can install it inside your RV so you can use it as an observation camera. I think that's really cool. If you're staying somewhere you're not comfortable, maybe you can mount that monitor right here inside the camper and kind of keep an eye on things. Also, it has a DVR. It has a slot for an SD card. I believe it's a micro SD, and that will record video, and you know, if something happens, you've got a recording of what was going on. That's pretty neat. Also, it works at night. It has a light that you can turn on and off to assist with that night vision, but it also is supposed to work well at night, and we're going to test that. And the last thing to add is that it has a signal strength of 984 feet in a clear area. And I think I have an interesting way to give that a shot. So we're going to try it out, and we'll see what it looks like. And other than that, this thing has a lot more features I know I'm leaving out right now, but we're going to cover them in the video. So let's get to the shop and install this thing, and then we're going to get on the road and go on vacation. Okay, so this is what comes in the box. You got a 7-inch screen. It has this sun shield that you can put on there or remove. I went ahead and put it on because I know we'll use it. This mount, I went ahead and mounted that because that's what I'm going to use in my truck. It also comes with this mount that has a 3M double-sided tape on it, so you can mount it wherever you would like. And you also get the 12-volt plug-in for your screen, a rubber gasket for the back of the camera to seal everything off nicely. This is a cover, I would assume, for the back of the camera. We'll find out when we install it. And this is your camera. It is 1080p, and it is a wireless camera. That's why you have this antenna here and these two on the screen. Of course, you get user manuals, and this is the box that it came in. So for the camera, we have 3 wires here. We're only going to use the red positive and the black ground, and we're going to cut this one short. We will not need this in our installation. So we have this Furrion mount. We're going to remove this. Then we're going to clean everything up, dry it off. Of course, it's been raining all day, so we're going to get it as dry as possible. And then we're going to mount our new camera, and I'm actually going to seal around the holes that we're going to drill and put screws in. We're going to put some sealant in those, and then around the factory hole where the wires come out. There's sealant on the top 2 screws. It's a little bit tough to get out. We'll get it. Okay, got that side. Positive has a green stripe, and the ground is solid. So maybe I will cut them. Go ahead and get them out of the way. Positive green stripe, ground is solid. Okay. Now let's see if we can clean this up. I've got a plastic razor blade. I'm going to try to use that. See if I can scrape it off. I used a little bit of Goo Gone and glass cleaner and just rub that on into the sealant, and it's getting it off mostly. Okay, next I'm going to place the new camera up here. I'm going to try to use the top two holes. I think we can make it work. And we're just going to test fit this, then we'll take these back out and seal them up. Okay, we're going to use this ProFlex RV sealant. I'm going to take the screws out of the existing holes, and I'm going to seal up the bottom existing holes. Then I'm going to drill a pilot hole for the bottom, and we'll get it all mounted and get it wired up first and then mounted. We're going to pre-drill the bottom holes. This is a smaller wire. Let's try 18 gauge. Let's see. Let's get a little more room. Yep, that's it. Now let's strip these two factory wires. They're pretty large. I'm going to go with a 10 or a 12. Try that. Yep. Good to go. I'm going to use two of these wire butts. Some people hate these things, but I don't have a problem with them. And then this set of crimpers we're going to use. And then for these smaller wires, I like to fold them over. In fact, I probably should have stripped out a little more, but it's okay. But I fold those over to get a little more bite when you put them in that butt connector. Heat shrink to go over the wire. Got both of those. I got sealant on me. We got a rooster in the background. We're gonna get our crimps. I'm going to hold it with this part. This is the negative wire, the black wire. Crimp it down. Get it out of there. We're going to give it a tug, and it's nice and solid. So now we're going to do the same with the positive. Not a lot of room to work with, Probably could have cut it short or longer, but that's all good. We got to hide a bunch of this wire somewhere. Oh man, get out of there. Come on. Alright. Both of those are solid. Good to go. We don't need these. I'm going to slide this heat shrink, which I cut way too much, down as far as I can. Okay, I got this torch. We're going to try not to burn the camper down. Try not to burn anything, but we do want to shrink this down enough that it'll seal. Oh my. While that cools off, I'm going to go ahead and seal these new holes up, and then I'm also going to come up here and make almost a little rainbow shape around this. And hopefully, if any water gets there, it'll shed around the sealant and go down, not inside this gigantic hole that we have here. Let's hope that works. Alright, so I'm going to slide this through there, run it down, flip it over, sits nicely. We're going to put the seal on the back. So there's the seal, and then it slides onto the back of the camera. Alright, I gave it a good seal. Good deal. Alright. It's sealed. It's not the most beautiful thing, but we got her sealed up. That's what counts. Okay, so we're a couple hours into our trip. So far, Halo View is working awesome. No locking up or cutting out or doing anything like that. As far as the view, it's very clear. You can see there, my parents are following us. The picture's great. It's not locking up, it's not jumping. We did play around with the microphone, and you just hear a bunch of wind noise, but you know, at a campground it's going to be awesome. So it does have a microphone on the camera, so when you're backing up, someone could stand behind you and, you know, direct you. I think that's going to be awesome.
Can you hear me? Like and subscribe!
It has the parking lines, which we have turned off at the moment, but again, when you're backing into a site, that would be very helpful. We did go through a bunch of rain. Hopefully everything was sealed up, which I think it had time to dry. We should be good to go. So we'll catch up with you later and give you another update. Okay, we made it back from our trip. It was an awesome time. The camera worked great. My parents actually used it on their truck on the way back. They towed our new camper just to see how it would tow. They have another brand of camera on their camper, and I believe they're ready to switch at this point. So we're gonna do a little test here. Got my little buddy riding up, and we are actually on our four-wheeler, and we're gonna ride way out there and see if we can get a picture. It says 984 feet, I believe, is how far to pick up in plain sight. The only thing is, the way the camper is turned, the camera's on the back, so we may not make it all the way out there, but if we can make it anywhere halfway, I'll be extremely impressed. So let's see what'll happen. Hope you can see it in the sunlight. Alright, it's on. You can see the shelter behind the camper. Well, let's start riding slowly, see what it'll do. No way, we're at the back of the field. It's crazy windy. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see this. This thing's still working. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, let me get the camera down. I hope you can see the screen there. The camper is over there. I think I'm pointing at our camper. Maybe it's over there. That's amazing. It still picks up from there to way over there. Nice. There it is. Wow. Crazy. Okay. That's where it lost the signal. I can't really show you where my house is because it's through those trees. Way on the other side of those trees. I'm impressed. I'd say that's well over, that may be 984 feet, I don't know. It's at least. So that's pretty cool. That's a silly test, but I mean, that's pretty amazing that it'll actually pick up from here. Alright, let's get back in and show you some other features. Maybe it's not too windy, but here's a tip on how to get your camera to turn on when you're stationary. You can take a 10 amp fuse like this. You're going to bend the blade slightly so it looks like this. Then you're going to find, doing all of this with one hand, sorry. You're going to find your 7-pin connector. You're going to find the slot on top and these two top pieces. You're going to take your fuse and you're going to slide that in there. Uh-oh. Come on, bud. Slide it in there the best you can. And that's going to send power to your running lights. Then I'm going to store it right back there. And we should have running lights. Yeah. So that also sends power to your camera. Then once you're inside, if you have a 12-volt plug-in like we do, you can plug the camera in, turn it on, and there you are. Okay, not the best picture. That's a shelter behind the camper, but I was going to go through the buttons here. You have this scan button, so if you have multiple cameras, they can all show up on the screen at the same time. You have lots of different views for those cameras. You can switch between those with that same button. And then, of course, this is the camera we're using. You can also turn on the parking lines by holding this in. And there they are. You can turn those off by holding it in again, and they go away. You can also press the same button quickly, just once, and that's how you turn the brightness up. The button just below it has the negative. You can turn the brightness back down. This button, if you hold in the button, it turns your speaker on at the back. And of course, if you hold it in again, it'll turn it back off. To record, you press and hold the button below that. And this is also the enter button. And we have the menu button here. So you press that, and of course the menu comes up. You use the plus and minus to move around in the menu screen. When we first got it, we had to mirror the image. So you can toggle in between the views, and we were here. This is where we wanted to be. So, you know, you'll set your camera up, and then you'll kind of go through and see which way you want it mirrored, or if you want it mirrored. Alright, let's try the nighttime video. You can see the running lights. It is red back there.
Can you see me? It's dark. Okay, like and subscribe.
So there's also an LED light. If you hold the S button at the top, the source button, it does turn on an LED light. It is really bright. For me, looking through the camera, it looks like it's a little blown out and you can't really tell the details, but it's very clear for me looking in person. Even when I turn the light off, it's very clear. I could see her face. I could see those bicycles. That's pretty cool. I really like that feature. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. One thing I wanted to add is the system works for anything 65 feet or less. However, I would bet it works for something bigger than that, just because, did you see the range? That's craziness. But when you're moving down the road, it is a little more difficult for that signal to talk back and forth. But obviously with this trailer, 25 feet, and our truck, which is almost 22 feet by itself, we had no issues. It didn't cut out. It's a great system. I really enjoyed using it. It's super clear, and I highly recommend it. If you have any comments about anything in the video, if you have any questions about what products we use in the video, I'm going to try to leave a link to everything in the description below. If you will, click on those. We are Amazon affiliate. And anytime you click on those links and you buy anything on Amazon after you click on that link, that really helps our channel grow, and we really appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you go check out our other videos and please subscribe to the channel. You guys have a good one.